Mom and daughter share a husband, unusual things that only exist in Bangladesh. Bangladesh is a land of vibrant culture and stunning landscapes. Yet, beneath this beauty lies a world of startling customs and harsh realities. A man marries both the mother and her daughter. Prostitution is legal here. The most prosperous capital is filled with dirt, disorder, and overcrowding. Child marriages are widespread. Despite its charm, Bangladesh holds many surprising and unsettling truths. Let's dive into 14 of the most unusual facts about this fascinating country. Number 14. Mother and daughter share the same husband. In the remote hills of Bangladesh, life unfolds in ways that may seem unimaginable to outsiders. This country, known for its bustling cities and rich cultural heritage, is also home to some of the most unusual traditions that persist in certain rural communities. Among these is a custom where a mother and her daughter share the same husband, a practice rooted in the ancient traditions of the Mandi tribe. Bangladesh is a country where traditions and modernity often clash, but in these remote areas, the old ways still hold strong. The Mandi tribe, deeply connected to its matrilineal heritage, has long followed a custom where widows who wish to remarry must select a man from within their clan. This man, often much younger, becomes the new husband of the widow. But the tradition doesn't stop there. To ensure the continuity of the family line and the preservation of property within the female lineage, the widow's daughter is also married to the same man. This practice, though shocking to many, is not simply about satisfying the desires of one man. It has evolved as a way to safeguard the wealth and status of women within the tribe. In a society where women hold significant power as heads of households and inheritors of land, these marriages serve to consolidate wealth and ensure that property remains within the clan. However, the daughters often have little say in these arrangements, learning only as they reach puberty that they have been married to the same man as their mother since they were children. Such customs, while preserving the traditions of the tribe, can create tension and emotional turmoil, especially between mothers and daughters. What are your thoughts on this practice? Share your insights in the comments below. Number 13. The slum population crisis. Dhaka, the bustling capital of Bangladesh, is home to over 22 million people, making it one of the most densely populated cities in the world. However, beneath the city's rapid urban expansion lies a grim reality. About 30% of Dhaka's residents live in slums. These unplanned settlements are often overcrowded, with families crammed into tiny spaces lacking basic amenities like clean water, sanitation, and electricity. The largest slum, Kamrangarshar, shelters around 600,000 people in dire conditions. The constant influx of migrants from rural areas only exacerbates the problem, as the city struggles to keep up with the growing demand for infrastructure and services. The situation is bleak, with the slum population facing daily challenges that most of us can't imagine. For the nearly 9 lakh people living in Dhaka's slums, survival is a constant battle against poverty, disease, and the harsh realities of urban life. What do you think of this situation? Leave your comments below. Number 12. Legalized prostitution. In the year 2000, Bangladesh made headlines by becoming one of the few countries in Asia to legalize prostitution. The intention behind this move was to offer protection and rights to sex workers, aiming to shield them from exploitation. However, the reality has fallen short of these ideals. Today, around 100,000 women and girls are estimated to be involved in the sex trade in Bangladesh, and a staggering 90% of them are not in this line of work by choice. Coercion, trafficking, and a lack of economic opportunities force many into this life, leaving them with little hope of escape. The legalization of prostitution has not translated into better protection for these women. Instead, it has allowed a system where exploitation continues with alarming frequency. The conviction rate for human traffickers remains at a dismal 0.5%, meaning that the vast majority of those who profit from this trade operate with impunity. This grim reality is starkly visible in the country's 20 brothel villages, the most notorious of which is Dauladia, home to around 1,300 sex workers. Dauladia is not only the largest brothel in Bangladesh, but also one of the largest in the world. If you're finding these insights into Bangladesh's hidden realities eye-opening, don't forget to like this video before we move on to the next fact. Number 11. The world's most dangerous roads. Driving on the streets of Dhaka, Bangladesh is a constant battle for survival. The Nawabpur Road in Old Dhaka is notorious for its chaotic traffic, where drivers must navigate through relentless congestion with little regard for rules. Vehicles squeeze through narrow gaps, often brushing against each other, creating a dangerous environment where accidents are common. In a city with the highest population and density in the world, traffic is a daily nightmare. The roads are overcrowded, and the situation is made worse by unpredictable pedestrians and street vendors crowding the sidewalks. Traffic police rarely intervene unless there are fatalities, leaving drivers to fend for themselves in this perilous setting. Number 10. Floating schools. Imagine a place where school is not just a building, but an adventure that sails through the rivers. This is the reality for many children in Bangladesh. Each year, the monsoon floods engulf a fifth of the country, turning roads into rivers and isolating entire communities. But where some might see an insurmountable obstacle, the people of Bangladesh saw an opportunity. Enter the floating schools, an innovative solution that turns the country's extensive waterways into highways for education. These floating schools are no ordinary boats. Each one is a marvel of design, stretching over 50 feet long and 10 feet wide, and equipped with everything a student might need. Inside, you'll find a fully functional classroom, complete with desks, blackboards, and even a small library. Some boats even house health stations, providing basic medical care to children who might otherwise have none. But the real magic happens when the students step aboard. These boats glide through the floodwaters, picking up children along the way, turning the act of getting to school into a daily adventure. For many students, this journey is a highlight of their day, a moment of calm and learning amid the chaos of the flooding around them. Each school is powered by solar panels, which provide electricity for the classrooms and allow the students to access computers and the internet, an invaluable resource in these remote areas. Number 9. Men in skirts. In Bangladesh, what might seem surprising to outsiders is completely ordinary. A large number of men wear what could be described as a skirt. This traditional garment, known as the lungi, is a staple of Bangladeshi life. It's a symbol of the country's rich cultural heritage. What makes the lungi so unique is its versatility. It's comfortable, practical, and perfect for the hot, humid climate of Bangladesh. But there's also an art to wearing it. The lungi is typically wrapped around the waist and tied in a knot, but it's adjustable. Throughout the day, you'll see men casually adjusting their lunges in public, a sight that can be quite a culture shock for newcomers. Yet, for the people of Bangladesh, it's as natural as breathing. The lungi isn't just for lounging at home, it's worn everywhere, from the bustling markets of Dhaka to the serene rice paddies of the countryside. On the other hand, Bangladeshi women grace the streets in saris, elegant garments that cover them from head to toe. These vibrant pieces of clothing are more than just a fashion statement. They're a symbol of modesty and cultural pride. In a country where the majority of the population is Muslim, the sari plays a crucial role in everyday life, even extending to the beaches. While you might see bikinis in stores, they're meant to be worn under saris, ensuring that modesty is maintained even at the seaside. Number 8. Child marriage. Child marriage remains a significant challenge in Bangladesh, a country where cultural traditions often clash with modern values and human rights. Despite global efforts and local initiatives aimed at eradicating this practice, Bangladesh continues to hold one of the highest rates of child marriage worldwide. Nearly 1 in 3 girls is married before reaching the age of 15, and by the time they turn 18, more than 2/3 are already wed. This widespread practice has deep roots in poverty, social norms, and gender inequality. Families often see early marriage as a way to secure their daughters' futures or reduce economic burdens. In rural areas, where poverty is most acute, child marriage is even more prevalent, driven by the belief that marriage can provide financial security and protect girls from perceived social dangers. However, the reality is far from this perceived protection. Instead of pursuing education and careers, these girls are forced into marriage and motherhood at a very young age. This not only robs them of their childhood, but also limits their opportunities for personal development, trapping them in a cycle of poverty and dependency. What do you think about this tradition? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Number 7. The Pink Palace. In the heart of Dhaka stands Ahsan Manzil, often referred to as the Pink Palace. The palace's distinct pink hue, set against the backdrop of the bustling city, makes it a prominent feature of Dhaka's skyline, drawing visitors with its unique charm. Ahsan Manzil was originally the residence of the Nawabs of Dhaka, who were among the most influential figures in the region during the British colonial period. The palace's architecture is a fascinating blend of Indo-Saracenic, European, and Mughal styles, reflecting the diverse cultural influences that have shaped Bangladesh. Its grand halls, intricately designed ceilings, and expansive verandas give a glimpse into the opulent lifestyle of the Nawabs. However, Ahsan Manzil's history is not just one of grandeur. After being abandoned, the palace fell into disrepair, becoming a shelter for squatters and losing much of its former glory. In the 1980s, efforts were made to restore the palace, and it was converted into a museum. Today, it stands as a symbol of both the historical splendor and the turbulent past of Dhaka. Number 6. The Mysterious River of Death. In the heart of Dhaka, the once vibrant Buriganga River now bears the grim title of the Mysterious River of Death. This transformation is emblematic of a broader environmental crisis facing Bangladesh, where the nation's rivers, once celebrated as Nadi Matrik, or Mother Rivers, are now in a state of rapid decline. The Buriganga, like many other rivers in the country, has been severely affected by unchecked industrialization and urban encroachment, leading to its current lifeless state. Bangladesh is home to around 220 rivers, but a staggering 90% of them are suffering from pollution and encroachment. The Buriganga is particularly notorious, with its waters now contaminated by toxic chemicals from the surrounding industries, untreated sewage, and other pollutants. During the dry season, the river's water often turns pitch black, devoid of life and dangerously hazardous to those who rely on it. The once rich aquatic life that thrived in the Buriganga has all but vanished, replaced by a toxic brew that poses serious health risks to the surrounding population. This situation is not unique to the Buriganga. Across Bangladesh, rivers that were once the lifeblood of the nation have become dying or dead waterways. The country's rapid urbanization has led to widespread pollution, with industrial waste, household garbage, and construction debris choking the rivers. The encroachment on riverbanks for real, estate development, and other forms of land use has further exacerbated the problem, leaving many rivers struggling to maintain even a semblance of their former flow. If this issue resonates with you, consider sharing this video to raise awareness about the urgent need for environmental action in Bangladesh. Number 5. Floating vegetable gardens. In the flood-prone regions of Bangladesh, where traditional farming is often impossible, locals have developed an ingenious solution: floating vegetable gardens. Known as Baira or Top, these gardens are a marvel of agricultural innovation, allowing farmers to grow crops even when the land is submerged underwater. These floating gardens are made from natural materials such as water hyacinth, bamboo, and straw, which are woven together to create buoyant platforms. The gardens rise and fall with the water levels, making them resilient to the frequent floods that affect Bangladesh. This sustainable farming method has been used for over 3 centuries, showcasing the resourcefulness and adaptability of Bangladeshi farmers. What's particularly fascinating about these gardens is how they turn a potential environmental disaster into an agricultural advantage. Water hyacinth, often considered an invasive weed, becomes the foundation of these floating farms. This weed, which can choke waterways and damage aquatic ecosystems, is repurposed to support the cultivation of crops like okra, spinach, and gourds. The floating gardens not only provide food security for communities in flood-prone areas, but also serve as a model for sustainable agriculture. In 2015, the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization recognized the significance of these gardens by designating them as a globally important agricultural heritage system. Number 4. Ghosts in Bengali culture. In the rich tapestry of Bengali culture, ghosts, known locally as bhoot or pret, occupy a significant place in the folklore and everyday life of Bangladesh. These supernatural entities are deeply woven into the cultural fabric, with stories of ghosts, spirits, and otherworldly beings being passed down through generations. In Bangladesh, ghosts are often believed to be the restless spirits of those who die under tragic or unnatural circumstances, such as accidents, murders, or suicides. These restless spirits are believed to remain in the mortal world, haunting the living and spreading unease. The types of ghosts in Bengali folklore are as diverse as the culture itself. One of the most well-known is the Shakchuni, the spirit of a married woman who died unhappily. These spirits are often depicted wearing traditional bangles made of shells, signifying their marital status in life. Shakshunis are believed to haunt trees, attacking those who disturb them, and are considered nearly invincible. Another type is the Pitni, the ghost of an unmarried woman, or one who died with unfulfilled desires. These spirits are said to roam the earth, driven by their unsatisfied longings. The Mecho Bhoot is a ghost with a particular fondness for fish, a staple in Bengali cuisine. These spirits are said to haunt ponds and lakes, luring fishermen with the promise of a bountiful catch, only to scare them away or even steal their fish. Similarly, the Alea or Atoshi Bhoot are ghostly lights that appear near marshes, leading travelers astray and sometimes causing them to drown. These lights are believed to be the spirits of fishermen who died while at sea, eternally guiding others to their watery graves. In Bangladesh, the belief in ghosts is not just a relic of the past, but continues to influence modern culture. Ghost stories are a popular genre in Bengali literature, films, and even radio programs, with tales of the supernatural captivating audiences across the country. Number 3. Spicy cuisine. If you have a love for spice, then Bangladesh might just be your culinary paradise. This South Asian country is renowned for its vibrant and flavorful cuisine, where the heat of chili peppers takes center stage. The people of Bangladesh have a deep love affair with spicy food, and their dishes reflect this passion in every bite. Bangladeshi cuisine is a symphony of flavors, and the star of the show is undoubtedly the chili pepper. From breakfast to dinner, chilies play a central role in almost every meal. In the mornings, many Bangladeshis start their day with panta bhat, a traditional dish of fermented rice that is often served with a side of spicy pickles or chutneys. As the day progresses, lunch typically features a variety of dole, lentil dishes, each one spiced to perfection with a generous helping of chili. But the true highlight of Bangladeshi cuisine is the use of the bhoot jolokia, also known as the ghost pepper. This fiery chili is one of the hottest in the world, with a Scoville rating that can exceed 1 million units. To put that in perspective, the humble jalapeno pepper ranks at a mere 2,000 to 8,000 Scoville units. The bhoot jolokia is not just hot, it's scorching, and it adds an intense lingering heat to any dish it touches. The bhoot jolokia is used in a variety of ways in Bangladeshi cooking. It can be found in curries, where its heat is balanced by the sweetness of coconut milk, or the tanginess of tamarind. It's also used in pickles, where its fiery kick is preserved in jars to be enjoyed year-round. Some brave souls even use it as a condiment, adding a tiny slice to their meals to elevate the heat to unbearable levels. Would you dare to try bhoot jolokia? Share your thoughts below. Number 2. The mystical hilsa fish. In Bangladesh, the hilsa fish is not just a delicacy. It's a national treasure deeply woven into the country's cultural and religious traditions. Known locally as Eilish, this fish holds an iconic status, much like the sacred rivers it swims in. The hilsa's significance is seen in many traditional rituals. For instance, during weddings, the groom's family often presents hilsa fish wrapped in a red cloth, adorned with bridal jewelry, symbolizing prosperity and blessing. This fish also plays a crucial role during religious festivals, where pairs of hilsa are offered to the goddess Saraswati. the deity of knowledge and wisdom. Bangladesh is home to 3 types of hilsa, with the most revered being the Padma Elish, renowned for its rich flavor and tender flesh. These fish are known for their delicate nature, dying almost instantly when taken out of water, a phenomenon attributed to their unique physiology and sensitivity to light and temperature. Despite its challenges, including overfishing and environmental changes, the hilsa population in Bangladesh has been increasing thanks to conservation efforts like the establishment of hilsa sanctuaries. The hilsa remains a vital part of Bangladeshi life, whether served in a spicy mustard curry or preserved with salt for year-round enjoyment. Number 1. A land of 6 seasons. While most of the world is familiar with the 4 traditional seasons of spring, summer, autumn, and winter, Bangladesh's climate tells a different story. Due to its geographical location, cultural traditions, and agricultural practices, the weather in Bangladesh is divided into 6 distinct seasons: summer, monsoon, autumn, late autumn, winter, and spring. Summer in Bangladesh starts from mid-April and lasts until mid-June. This season is characterized by intense heat and dry weather, occasionally disrupted by severe storms known as Kalbai Shaki that sweep through the region with powerful winds and rain. These storms, while sometimes destructive, also offer brief relief from the relentless heat. Monsoon, which stretches from mid-June to mid-August, is the most significant season in Bangladesh, bringing about 85% of the country's annual rainfall. The monsoon rains are vital for agriculture, replenishing water sources and supporting the growth of crops. However, the heavy rains can also lead to flooding, a common challenge in this low-lying country. As the rains recede, autumn takes over from mid-August to mid-October, marked by a noticeable drop in temperature and humidity. This season, known locally as Sharat, brings a calm and clear atmosphere, with the sky often filled with fluffy white clouds. It's a season of transition, with the lush greenery left by the monsoon gradually giving way to the harvest season. Following autumn is late autumn, or Hemanta, which lasts from mid-October to mid-December. The weather during this time becomes cooler, and the fields are filled with ripe crops ready for harvest. It's a season of abundance and preparation, as people begin to store food and make arrangements for the winter months ahead. Winter in Bangladesh, spanning from mid-December to mid-February, is perhaps the most cherished season. The temperatures during winter are mild, ranging from 11 to 20 degrees Celsius, making it a comfortable time for outdoor activities and social gatherings. The landscape is often draped in a soft mist, and the mornings are crisp and refreshing. Finally, spring, from mid-February to mid-April, heralds the end of winter with warm breezes and blooming flowers. This season, known as Bashanto, is often accompanied by thunderstorms in the late afternoon, known locally as nor'wester or Kalbai Shaki, similar to those in summer but signaling the arrival of warmer days. That's all we have for you today. Hit like and click on the screen to watch more content like this. See you in the next one.